My uncle owns 40 acres of soybean field in southern Illinois. Flat land, no trees for a quarter mile. You can see everything. October 3 years ago, he called my father and said something was standing in the middle of the field. My father asked what. He said, I don't know. It's been there since yesterday morning. It doesn't move. My father drove out. He said my uncle was sitting on the porch with binoculars and a cup of coffee that had gone cold, and he looked like he hadn't slept. My father looked through the binoculars. Something was standing about 200 yards out, tall, thin, dark, perfectly still. Shaped like a person, but proportions were wrong, in a way he couldn't describe, like a child's drawing of a person made real. He said, let's walk out there. My uncle said I already tried. He said the closer I got, the further away it was. Walked 20 minutes straight towards it, and it stayed exactly 200 yards out. Same distance, no matter what. I stood there for 6 days. On the 7th morning it was gone. No tracks, soybeans undisturbed. My uncle was relieved for exactly 1 day. Then his daughter, my cousin, came downstairs for breakfast and sat at the table, and my uncle looked at her and dropped his coffee mug on the floor. She was sitting perfectly still, not eating, not blinking, hands at her sides, staring straight ahead at nothing. He said her name. She didn't respond. He grabbed her shoulders and she turned her head and looked at him and smiled and said, "Good morning, Daddy." She was fine after that. Ate her breakfast, went to school, normal day. But that evening my uncle called my father again. He said something else had happened and he didn't know what to make of it. He said his daughter came home from school and walked straight to the back porch and stood there looking out at the field for about 10 minutes without moving. He asked her what she was looking at. She said, "He's further away today." My uncle said, "Who?" She turned and looked at him with an expression he had never seen on her face before. Patient, still, like she was looking at him from far away. She said, "Me?"